That just mean you niggas 10 short. I was sick of sitting in court, judge a white devil with a pitchfork. Used to have to call a cab round, now a nigga only drive imports. Respect is something I can't earn for you, but loyalty I can return to you. Cause you was there when it was turmoil. A nigga still can get burned for you. If I'm around, I can learn from you. Or I got a genuine concern for you. Put your homie on, he turn on you. No talking, we purge on you. That's not for the camera. I fucked the over a band, it's the only a gangster can handle her. I really trapped all night, stamina. Surviving up Dutchess and sandwiches. You know, party my shoes can cancel it. My label gon' cover the damage and say I'm the best.
13?
Never go to my head, but damn, my shows are
Episode 13, wow.
I did what they couldn't and I got receipts.
That's crazy. We in double digits. Wow. All right, yo, my man Jello is back, hosting with me again. Boogz is still out of town, having meetings in Oregon with Nike and all that still. So we just here chopping it up. Jello, thank you for joining me again, brother. Appreciate you.
Always.
Started off with this Benny album. What do you think of it?
No. I mean, there's no surprise. It's exactly what you think you're gonna get from Benny.
For sure.
Always bought up.
I like the music playing in the background when we talk, right?
Didn't even put the headphones on.
Yeah, he kills it now. What's your favorite track off the album?
I float in between Tyson vs. Ali with Kanye. I like
obviously that was one of those like you just go to right away.
I mean, more 10 Crack Commandments is always,
that was dope. The video was dope too.
But on the way over here,
I was scared we were gonna get a verse from Diddy too.
Me and Tone, I was in my car waiting for him to come pick me up.
Oh, we have Tone behind the cameras here. Thank you for coming through the studio for once.
And,
my man.
Honestly, like we both had the same exact song on, right? With it, and that's probably the most fire song on the joint.
Yeah.
Throwy's Revenge.
Throwy's Revenge.
Yeah.
Is that what we start? That's what we start off with. Yeah.
Exactly. So so like all three of us incoherently with the same exact.
Yeah,
song.
we have the same ear, and we always did.
Right.
When it came to that shit. You know what other one I really like? I know. Did you go back? And did you go back to Dave East at all? Did you go back to Dave East at all? Either of you? No,
Bro, honestly,
I know you probably didn't even go there yet.
No, because when you both said that you put it on, and Tone goes, "Bro, I didn't get past the first track." I was like, "What am I doing?"
Nah, but you know what? Like I said, you got to go back because when I went back, listen to the first track. Yo, he kills it, and then Method Man comes on, and I don't like Meth's verse. You know, Meth could rap his ass off for days. So you know, I actually went back, and the one that I liked off of there for sure. Hold on. Sorry, Benny. Thousands, I think it was called. You remember that one? 1,000 Miles. Kind of like that old hip hop vibe, like you know, that old school.
I'm just waiting for
the voice.
Yeah, Davey's voice to ruin
it. My mama had 2 rebels. I just happen to be the oldest. With this passion, I'm gonna kill it. Crack a smile, fuck my opponent. So much action on these corners. Old head came home from a quarter. Even though 97 phones is out, niggas recording. He can barely work.
I'm sure he's killing it, but like
this nigga built like
his voice hits my ear so wrong. I'm not even listening no more. It's so bad. I don't know what happened to this guy.
You can listen to the second one line that just makes me laugh in here. It's like, oh shit, he said that? I'm saying that my whole life.
I think I'm Elon Musk. I think I'm Jeff Bezos. Call me Simon. Bitches doing shit just cause I say so. Really from them blocks where niggas get shot every day though. Tough, right? My name came with a felony like J.O. Just me, shooter and trainer. 1,000 miles from home, still it feel like I'm home. I study rich, I study Gotti, I study Capone. Kick a king right out the throne. I'm in a different zone. I really love the streets so hard to leave that bitch alone. 1,000 miles from home, still it feel like I'm home. I smell like money, I got on some rich nigga colognes. Call a lawyer, what it's gonna cost to bring my niggas home. I really love the streets so hard to leave that bitch alone. Leave that bitch alone. Leave that bitch alone. Leave that bitch alone. I really love the streets so hard to leave that bitch alone. Return of the Mac. Shout out to Drano. Watching the Godfather. Really got me watching for Fredo. Niggas is Flago. I lingo different. Pino sipping. Hit the plug. Kilos missing. Drugs, sports, and entertainment. Things they always seem to mention. Thoughts taking over. NYPD trying to make their quota. Nigga, you lost. Thought it was coke, they sold you baking soda. I got this hunger inside my body, I just can't control it. I'm not the one that came to lease it, bitch, I came to own it. I came from perks and spilling sodas, hoopies spinning corners. I ain't stopping to me and my brothers like the fucking Jonas. Before Corona, niggas would turn you into an organ donor. Anti-informant, all I smoke is California.
I ain't stopping to meet my brothers like the fucking Jonas. I like that.
He's saying shit. He's spitting. I just don't know what happened to his voice. Man.
I mean, that happened to a lot of guys. I mean, we could go, Wayne,
yeah, but like
few people over the years, like
I know, but it's just so
whatever's going on in his own time. That's his own shit. Listen, my man can still rap,
Listen, it's not that he can't rap. It's just that it's hard to listen to him rap.
When Wayne was putting out them mixtapes,
don't talk to me about Wayne. You know me, Wayne.
but yo, he wasn't killing it. You can't say he wasn't like rapping his ass off, giving us shit that would like mind boggle us. Like, yo, how did he think of that? Like, you know what I mean? Like that. Oh, I want to say like, I don't know, what was it? What was like Lollipop? That run from like Lollipop till Drake. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but see, like I have a different view on Lil Wayne. Like a lot of people lost their minds with what he said, and I always felt like he was a mad nursery rhyme rapper.
Yeah,
I felt like his shit was very simplistic. He said what he said, nice, but like it was like nothing.
Yeah, but he said like rhymes.
Like I'm getting more tongue than my sneaker.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like shit like that. That's not hard to think of.
Right. I guess not every bar is gonna be like a ooh or an ah, but there's a lot of.
Have
them.
you really gone back, like legitimately
Never.
gone back?
Never.
No. I'm serious. And listen to what he actually says.
The only mixtapes of Wayne I actually go back to every once in a while is the one with Jewels, Can't Feel My Face. And what's the one where he goes over other people's beats? Sorry, I Can't Wait. I think the first one or second one, the first two might have been good. They dropped 3, but the third one I don't think was as great. The Drought, wow, forgot about that one. But other than Wayne, I really don't go back to him too much. And Apple, I definitely don't go back to anything. It's all mixtape shit.
Right. Well, yeah, you can't get.
I liked of Wayne for the most part. When his albums came out, I definitely listened to them.
Well, that's the thing with him too. Like, you can have an argument that he necessarily doesn't have a classic album. People actually have that conversation.
Yeah, like, you know what? Like,
he has classic mixtapes.
His like core fans will say,
yeah, the Carter 3 is
one of the Carters.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Carter 3, Carter 4, but like industry wise, but just mass wise, like a lot of people argue that he doesn't necessarily have a classic album. Like he has classic mixtapes, but like an album, like I feel like that's the same thing with Fab. Like he has classic.
And his mixtape catalog might be even longer.
But like you got guys like him, Fab, like Jewels, people like that seem to have focused way more on their mixtapes back then than their albums. Like their albums were obligated by their label.
Well, that's his work being in the studio,
right? But like what they really enjoyed, like those soul tapes, like stuff like that. I felt like he put more effort into those. Though, like Fab put way more effort into his mixtapes than he did put into his albums. What was that album with? It was during this. I'll pull it
Fab?
up. Like that.
Him and Jada.
No. I'm talking about like in his run, like when he was heavy into his mixtape bag, but then he had like Return of the Hustle, like
from nothing to something.
From nothing. Like those were cool, but like you'll pull up a mixtape Fab joint before you pull up a.
Yeah, those were bangers though. There was some bangers in there. I remember being in the car with you when that album came out, for sure. From Nothing to Something, Fab.
From Nothing to Something.
I'm trying to be the reggae voice. Gotta be 2007, 8.
Listen, I'm not saying that he didn't have fire albums, but like you'll be like, yo, put on something from Fab. You'll go to his mixtape shit before you go back to his album.
Even
unless it's Breathe or it's Keeping It Gangster or something like that. You're going to his mixtape music.
Keeping It Gangster is probably his like most classic.
Well, Ghetto Fabulous is. You could argue people say he doesn't have a classic album. You could argue
first album.
You could argue Ghetto Fabulous is a classic album.
Yeah. That was like eighth. That was eighth
Loso's Way with that's semi-classic album. It has a lot of joints on there. My Time, I'ma Do It.
What's the one?
Throw
I think
it in
Loso's
the bag.
Way 2 is. I think I like better actually. There's a 2, right?
What's that?
There's a part 2 to that.
I'm
pretty sure.
No, you're talking about Loso's Way, the mixtape that they did off the Carlito's Way.
Oh, see, all right.
See what I'm saying? You went right back to the mixtape. That's what I'm saying. You went right back to his mixtape.
You're right.
Yeah, that was. They had all the skits in the beginning from the prequel of the Carlito's Way. So yeah, that mixtape.
What was the one with the song where he was telling the story? And you visualize it as Fab's rapping it, and it's getting like your man robbed, and it has like that mad eerie chorus, like.
Oh yeah, that's that's
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what you call
I haven't heard that in a long time, but that's
Can You
classic
Hear Me?
Fab. Can you hear me? That's like classic Fab.
That's from Real Talk back in 04. The album.
Oh, that was on an album.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm thinking that's mixtape.
But like you get like, he's not talking about this.
You can play it on here. Yeah, that is it.
Yeah. You're talking. That's from Loso's Way, My Love, when he talks about his girl setting him up. Yeah, that's the song My Love from Loso's Way.
Gotcha. Yeah,
the album, not the mixtape.
Is he ever gonna get another like soul tape again?
No, I don't think he's working like that. I think he's bro. Like I remember a couple of months ago, he had this. What was that joint he had? Oh, he was supposed to do with him and Jim Jones. They had the whatchamacallit, off the Pusha T song. What was that? Diet Coke? They had the Diet Coke freestyle. Where the hell's that been? I haven't heard that yet.
What, Diet Coke? You said?
Fab and Jim Jones put out snippets on Instagram that they were freestyling over
the Pusha
T
Don't
Diet
believe
Coke
snippets anymore, because how many snippets have you seen from Dave East and this one and that one that we never even got, that I have in my phone. I have like the app where you could steal videos from these guys. I have millions of videos from these guys that I've never heard the track of.
Oh, when was the last time Fab put out music?
Just features,
2000 to 2020.
Word. If you go to his stuff, he barely has anything on Apple. Word. So disappointing. How's my guy though? Definitely my guy.
No, but he did. That was it. 2009.
But he has done features since then.
Got you. But
he gives people verses here and there.
But 3 years.
Yeah, crazy.
And like,
yeah, another kid.
Yeah, but listen, we for about 2.5 years we've been doing nothing but sitting down. Like, you don't got no music,
right? That's why I'm so surprised. Like when Joel's came home, I was like, "Oh, thank God, Joel's home." I love Joel's. Like in my heart, like
that's another guy whose voice changed so bad that I can't really get into it.
Bro, what are you gonna do about people's voices,
bro? But it hits your ears and you can't listen to it. That's what's gonna happen.
We came up with 50 having a different voice, right? And Kanye having a different voice, because Kanye came through. We heard him first Wired, and 50 we heard he just got Fresh Gun Wounds taken out.
But like their
people's voice changed.
It was before the gunshot wounds.
Yeah, he had that.
How to Rob.
His voice was different, but
Rob, I played that last week or the week before.
His voice sounded younger back then, obviously, because he was younger. But when he got shot, like his voice sounded like deeper and like heavier. Like let's be honest, Davey's voice sounds like he's like he smokes 1,000 Newports a day.
Yeah, but you know what? I can still hear clearly what he's saying.
I'm not saying he's mumbling. I just the way his voice used to be. If you put something
like
back,
sonically, it doesn't sound as good.
It doesn't hit my ear as good anymore. Like you put on,
I feel that.
You put on.
I see
Demons,
it's definitely changed. But
you put on Demons. You put on The Offering. His voice sounds completely different.
See that's a classic to me. I don't care what anybody says.
Was that
like,
the Hate Me Now mixtape?
The Hate Me Now mixtape's a classic to me because that's what put me on to Dave.
Right, but like you could have there's like I said, there's way more in my opinion, because I think we lend our ear more towards like that type of rapping, that we rather listen to a mixtape from our favorite artist than an actual studio album, because they're playing the bullshit with the studio album. You have to
sure.
You have to give
them the girl song.
Right.
You got to give them a radio friendly song. Yeah,
you got to give them all that bullshit. So like. But like even like Hate Me Now, then he had the Kyrie Chanel was fire.
Well, even Hate Me Now, he had the thing for the girls with Mac Wiles.
Karma One was fire. Then he put out Paranoia, wasn't loving that. Then he did the collaboration with
DJ.
With Styles P.
That was dope.
That was fire.
But dope.
After that, I don't know what happened.
But I'm surprised that died down as quickly as it did. Like, I came in and went so fast. Nobody talked about it. They didn't do it.
You know why?
They probably went a small tour.
Nah, because like for what it is, like the Locks are legends in the game, but they're still very New York centric.
Yeah.
So
sure.
Dave East is New York centric. I bet you go anywhere outside of the tri-state area, they barely even know who Dave East is.
Right.
So like why it didn't get that, because also that and the way we get music is so ridiculous. Like this week alone, we got how many albums in 1 week?
I know, it is crazy. Davies is finally on the new music, by the way.
Right. But when you told me about it, I had to go search for it. Like I went and got the Benny album, then I went and got the Joel and Crooked album.
Gotcha. I still got to download that. I didn't download that.
The Rise and Fall of Slaughterhouse. But there's so many different like aspects to music that are out there. Like You can't listen to one thing for so long because then you'll miss something. Like I forgot what album came out. I didn't even listen to it yet.
But that's how it used to be, man. Like I loved. I used to drive around. People used to hate the fact that I had the same CD in the car for 2 years.
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
yo, Take Care did not leave my car, my CD player for a full year and a half at least. People used to, definitely used to get in my car like, yo, can you please not take this? You know, I know you hated Drake. If you got in my car, you definitely at the time, you definitely told me to take the CD out. You know, it was either don't play house music and don't play Drake.
But here's the thing: like you only had a finite amount of music that you not so much looked for, but now you're so able to find anything that you want.
I know. I used to love going to buy CDs.
What the music apps did was,
bro, that was dope too. Going to Canal Street just to buy
Infinity
CDs.
Music. Go get your mixtape and your white knockoffs.
I had a conversation with Noog about that yesterday. Or it's convenient. But going to the city was fun,
bro. You know what I missed? Like I found them, but like you know these like my car don't have one in it anymore. CD player.
Look,
I found a whole stack of old school like CDs. Remember when you used to be able to put the MP3s on the CDs and you used to be able to put like 200 tracks? I want to know what that's not. But like even my computer don't have a disk drive. Nothing has a disk drive that I could even get to it no more. Because I know there's so much music from those mixtape eras, and when you used to just randomly download music that you can't find on the DSPs that are on there that I would love to hear again, but I can't hear them nowhere.
But you don't have like.
No, I guess I could throw it in my Xbox, but like, how does that help?
Just go cop yourself an old laptop and just burn some CDs.
Right. But like, there's probably so much old music from artists you forgot about, like that are on those on those CDs that you can't get to.
Definitely, like J.R. Ryder.
Bro, like those, like you said, like I forgot where I was listening to it, but they were saying, but there's a whole genre of music with this mixtape. If you don't have that piff, you don't hear that music no more. Like it's gone. Like,
I've never gotten rid of that piff.
But I'm saying, like, if you don't search, like, there's a whole like thing, like genre of music that's just gone because the DSPs don't allow you to play it because 90% of those guys who did the mixtapes didn't come near paying somebody for the samples.
It's crazy. We need to be able to hear that shit however the fuck we want.
Like, there's no reason why. Like, I mean, there is a reason why, because he put it out for free, so you're not going to really try to pay people when you're not making money off of it. But there's no reason why soul tapes aren't on DSPs.
No, and because he definitely paid producers to make them beats, or producers gave him the beats,
right? But
whatever the case may be.
So, like those beats have a ton of samples in it, so you know how much money.
You have to get clearance and all that shit, which costs everybody.
Right. So, like if you don't scheme away like to download it, or you just have that Piff app, which that Piff app it's trash. It really is. It's not a great app.
It's not a great app, but if you want to hear that shit,
you have no other choice.
Know?
Like there's a whole like genre. There's like a whole like 50 Cent like movement that nobody hears no more because they can't get it on Apple Music. Like all those G-Unit radios, all that stuff. Those mixtapes. They
had more mixtapes than like Lil Wayne. Nobody realizes that. You're right. Nobody like we have no access to that. Like unless we have that Piff. Like you know what I mean?
Like there's a whole generation of kids that like I see sometimes like I'll fall down like a wormhole in like YouTube and I'll see like there's like this 19, 20-year-old kid who listens to all old music like with a reaction like that he never heard before. Right. He did a reaction to like Illmatic. He did a reaction to It Was Written, like stuff like that. Old Big Pun. Like he's like 19 years old. He has no clue what these 90s. But like, so he listens and he's like you see like when you're listening and the bars hit him and like you just see that joint like when you used to feel that way when you were a kid, like you get to witness, but like he'll never be able, like you can't, there's like that 50 era where it's not like if you don't search for it, it's not popping up. Like because
those were fun. That was a fun day. Now it's too easy. We have too much access.
No, but what I'm saying, the access is there, but it also takes away because you can't just go on to Apple Music and search for 50 Cent and all those mixtapes will pop up. You have to go search. If you don't know about it, you'll never find it. Like, so like that whole generation of 50 Cent mixtapes to a younger generation is never going to be heard because they can't find it anywhere.
Download that Pip app. That's all you got to do.
Right.
For real. We should play an old 50 track.
What was that? Like the old 50 like
Is that Yo, how about the Knicks the other night though, huh? You watched that game? Mario, John Morant.
Yeah, listen, it is.
I thought we were gonna win. Only lost by 4.
Yeah, they were going for 3 in a row. Should have been going for 4 in a row. They lost. They lost in.
We're gonna beat Brooklyn today though.
Well, they're playing right now.
Who won the city? New York Knicks.
That's the craziest thing in the world. I was looking at. I got an alert. Kyrie Irving's in the building, in the crowd, watching the game in Barclays Center. But because of the vaccine mandate in New York, he's not allowed to actually play in the game. But he can go as a spectator. It's the craziest thing in the world.
Throw one on for the old time's sake. Which one you got over here?
No, I sent the music.
I didn't get the music yet.
I got. Yo, shout out my man Boogz too, out in Oregon, still making moves. Can't be with us today.
You can't really go wrong with this.
What you got?
Bro, you're insane, bro. Get the fuck out of my mind, bro. That's exactly what I was thinking about, and I couldn't think about it.
Oh, I was thinking mixtapes.
Wake up, stare at the ceiling.
You say nigga, take that. Jesus Christ can't save you. Yo, no more freestyles and verses killing Sticky and Job. I'm moving on now. I got bigger fish to fry. Since I done robbed, a lot of niggas been naming names. Monkey see, monkey do. I done changed the game. Still niggas acting like I don't get down to something. Like I ain't the next nigga to wear the crown or something. You gonna talk about your tits that we running your crib. Then you gonna ask dumb questions like, can I live? Look, if I shoot you, I'm famous. If you shoot me, you're brainless. You said it yourself. I'm slick enough to twist your lines and send them back at you. Swift enough to snatch the Mac and pop that at you. Take it personal. See if I won't send you to hell. I done told Tony Pope they better have my bail. But if it's over $1 million, don't put the crib up, done. Cause the 50 get free, nigga, 50 gon' run. It's best you be a gentleman and you watch what you say. Yeah. Jesus Christ can't save you once you go against the grain. This best you be a gentleman and you watch what you say. Jesus Christ can't save you once you go against the grain. Look, I'm supposed to be cocky, I ain't pro no more. I ain't gotta steal from the corner store no more. Got my own crib, I ain't sleeping on the floor no more. Bouncers don't try to play me at the door no more. But when they see me, they say search for me, might have the 9. He might keep this motherfucker up like John. It's been a while since a new nigga came tight like this. Your man, he aight, but he ain't quite like this. Niggas is feeling that. The Benz pulling up on the set. Me jumping out, dirty down my neck. That shit you said wasn't nothing to sweat. But you was out of line, so here's what you get.
Different at the time, you know what I mean? What else we got for 50? Oh, you got me on 50 mood right now.
You have to like talk over this so you don't have the people with the labels come and find your song, find these music.
Yeah, with that piff, right? Yeah, sorry too.
They'll come and take your content down.
Actually, we had one episode that can take it down because actually,
really,
it's all good.
You gotta talk over it.
That's what we're doing. We're talking over it. It's the background music. I just like it.
No.
Nah, my bad. Special request from behind the lens, Uncle Tone. Oh, hold up.
You know how fire this song was? It made you listen to Tony Ayo. Like, that's how crazy this G-Unit movement was. Like, Tony Ayo put out a semi-classic album. Like they didn't miss with one of those albums, and that's why games. Makes
sense. UK.com.
Any love and respect to 50, but his best album was his first album. Right. Hey, he wanted to hate so bad. At that point, I'm always prepared for war. See, my life's like some shit you seen in the flick. Bitches act like porn stars when we sit on the dick. When I was getting out the game, I said one more flick.
Tony Ayo wouldn't have been a platinum selling artist without 50 as well, right?
But that's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah. The 50 Cent, the G-Unit
brand
was so strong.
All of them had the 50 Cent effect.
Right.
10 years and he still ain't rich. Even his mama upset that he still ain't shit. But he keep running his yap like I'ma take all that. One more word out his mouth, I push down shit back. See the nozzle on my tray pound and scream just long. And the kick on the 4-4s is extremely strong. The little Trey Joseph's like pop. Chase his ass up and block to his bitch ass drop. And the verses he be kicking, none of them hot. Cause he ain't got none of that shit he said he got. And he ain't did.
Outsold G-Unit by like tenfold. Like it's crazy. And then
who else told you?
like the Migos.
Okay, yeah.
Like,
but the way music works now is crazy too, though. Like
right.
streaming. So it's
yo,
like,
I was watching I was watching a podcast yesterday. They were saying that TikTok is actually you're able as an independent artist, or if you get the okay from your label, to upload your whole album up to TikTok, because like you know how they use everybody's music and it gets to the top of the
right.
They're not even taking a cut. So like they're not even gonna take a cut from your album. They're just gonna
that's good for TikTok.
Right, they're just gonna let you rock out on it. Right.
TikTok.
But like you can go super but that's what I'm saying. You go super viral with these things.
Well, for once, you know what? I found like I don't really I think I deleted TikTok, but I used on the Instagram. People post their reels off their TikTok.
Right.
And there's a couple of like because obviously I follow mad rappers and. There's a couple guys that like just pop up and he did like TikTok rappers,
right?
And some of them ain't bad either. Like, and I guess if that's the
thing. Like you put out,
cool, man.
You put like a 30-40 second clip out there, and then like,
or some of them are talented, man.
Bro, like you go on that thing and you search, and like you have that song in the background, and they'll look at the views on that, and it'll be like 5 million views. So that means that's 5 million spins for you.
Yeah, one of them got I forget the guy's name, something the rapper.
But like that's crazy. Like, see what I'm saying? But like juking the numbers, like look how much music we were talking about, like the 50 Cent. The mixtape Wayne and Fab, all that music was stolen. So they get zero credit for all that music. And like all these new rappers are getting these fake numbers because everything is on a DSP.
But without those mixtapes took them to places where they were trying to go, So
right. But what I'm saying is they'll never get the critical acclaim like with records.
Right.
Record sales.
As
like,
they should.
They can't sit there and post plaques and stuff like that. Like,
right.
You have guys like posting plaques constantly, like a guy like Russ.
They used to have mixtape awards. I don't think they do anymore.
Because there's no more mixtape.
Yeah, true.
Now they turned
mixtapes just get turned into
right.
They just call it a mixtape. It's like, oh, I'm putting out an EP this week.
Yeah, they bodies are working projects now. Nobody like we all Kanye. I've been listening to
Donda too.
No, Conway, not Kanye. Conway. I've been listening to Griselda Conway since like 2016 in some variation of form or fashion. And he's just said that God Don't Make Mistakes was his first studio album. Meanwhile, that guy has a library.
I
got a catalog out of this world.
Not only on Apple, you have to go to Dat Piff and see even more.
Right. So what I'm saying is like the way they talk about what's an album, what's not an album, it's crazy. So like it's like nothing makes sense no more. So like when he put La Macchiana out last year, that wasn't an album. When he put out what was that other one that he did from? I
love that.
What was that other album he put out 2 years ago? Like you put out all these bodies of work, you don't call them albums.
But you know what I'm assuming? I don't know what goes behind the scenes, but I assume that like that stuff that he's calling a mixtape is something that he got to go in his own pocket for to pay the producers, pay for the studio time, blah blah blah. I think that when the label gets behind him and pays for it, has the bigger budget and pays for the bigger video, the bigger producer and this and that, then he can call it an album because it's under the bigger label. But as long as he keeps putting out like mixtapes, you know what I mean? Like call it, if it's his own dollar he's spending. But I don't know. Don't quote me. Like I'm just assuming that's what it is. Like like my mixtapes, I could do whatever I want with. Right. But my label, when my album's coming out, my label, they're putting money into that.
Yeah, but see, like, La Macchiana and From God to a King was what I was talking about, Tone.
From God to a King.
Those things are on DSP, so somebody's getting paid for them. So they're not mixtapes. They're albums.
Can you explain to me DSP?
DSP, I can't download it.
Explain it to me. You don't have to tell me what it means.
Like it's the DSP is what they call the Apple Music, Spotify.
Okay.
I forgot it's an acronym for something. Right now I'm losing my train of thought, but
gotcha.
Like you can Google it. It's what they call Apple, Spotify, Pandora, Tidal. All those things are called DSPs.
Okay, so basically any streaming platform is a DSP.
Right. Okay. Digital streaming platform. There we go.
Okay.
Digital streaming platform. That's the DSP.
So why don't we just call it a streaming platform? DSP. I never heard that one.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Okay.
But like like I said, those two things are not albums from Conway. From God to a King and La Macchiana. Those aren't but they're on paywalls. Like you have to pay for it. You have to have a subscription to get it.
Right.
So, but now God Don't Make Mistakes is a studio album, which is all on the same platform.
But is that also on that Piff?
No. I don't know I don't think that's on that Piff. But the other one, see, like,
because that'll make you tight, right? If you're paying for Apple
Music, but like, what was that joint he put out? The mixtape he put out. See, that's what's wrong with that Piff, because I don't have to go back to it. He put out a whole mixtape right before he put out for God Don't Make Mistakes, and I didn't even really get into it because it's on that Piff. What was that called?
Which one?
Conway.
With the sharks on it.
No,
that was a little older.
No, he just did it last month. The Conway mixtape right here. Greetings, Earthlings.
Greetings, Earthlings. Yes,
He put a whole mixtape on Dat Piff that I don't even know about.
You know what's funny?
Because I don't go to Dat Piff.
When I went to Dat Piff, like, when did his latest album come out?
And February.
So I went to Dat Piff recently after that album, and same thing as you, and seen that, and I was like, oh shit, like, is this real or is it official on it?
Right, but see what I'm saying? Like, God Don't Make Mistakes is a studio album. La Macchiana and from God to a King, whatever that is, he calls those projects, but they're not mixtapes. The Greetings Earthlings is a mixtape, and it's only exclusively on Dat Piff. So you're making money off those other things, not calling them albums, which is weird to me. So I don't know what to judge. So like, what's an album these days? What's a legitimate album?
Right.
See, like they did that, but that whole thing's got convoluted with Drake when he put out Scorpion. They call that a playlist. They didn't call that an album.
Now, when you go to his thing, like, what does it say? GSF? What does it say? Or it says drum work?
What, on his albums to like where it goes?
Right now, when you go to his most recent, it probably says drum work, right? He's done with GSF.
His most recent? No, his most recent album probably says Shady on there.
And okay, so Shady's.
See, like From God to a King is From King to a God, yeah. Is on Griselda and Drumwork and Empire. So then you go to
Griselda, Drumwork, Empire. So Empire's
a distributor,
not a major. Yeah,
it's like a distributor. But like then you go to La Macchiana, you have that, and it's Griselda, Drumwork, Empire.
Yeah, I think his Shady record deal is done.
But you go to From God to a King, you go From God Don't Make Mistakes, and that's on Shady. But really? what I'm saying, yeah, because that was his. He had him and him.
What, did he owe them an album or something?
Him and West owed. They signed like a one album deal with Shady, but I think it was one album from West, one album from Conway, and one group project. The group project was What Would Sheen Gun Do? Back in 2017. So they've been on Shady for a while.
I don't think have I been listening to that long, because you sent me Griselda probably whenever you sent me Griselda.
Yeah, that came out in 2017. So they've been around, but they've been on that forever. They've been around forever. Like I remember the reason why I heard of Conway, Griselda, whatever, was because on the Joe Budden podcast, they probably still do it. I haven't watched it in a while. They used to do like a segment at the end of the sleeper segment, like of guys you never heard before, songs you never heard before.
Right.
And one of the guys on there played a Conway track, and like back in the day, like, and I just caught that randomly, and I've been listening to him ever since. I had to be, like I said, 15 or 16. So like these guys been around forever putting out projects, but like now they're just calling this one's just his first album. Last year was Benny's debut album. Conway's was
really,
yeah.
And which one was that called?
I think that was Burden of Proof was his debut album.
Under what label?
No label.
Which is better off, I guess, for the artist at the end of the day. But I feel like the machine too helps you though at the same time. You know? Well, I watch Drink Champs too much. And I know he really defends the major because of how much like it helped. Like, yeah, you're gonna owe him this much, but if you put in the work and you do everything like that they're gonna help you with and like be better at it than them,
right?
You're gonna have no problem paying that because you're gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like that major
if you
gives
sign
you
the right
boost.
deal, like you
right, of course,
because like I said, like Conway and West signed to Shady back in like 2016, 2015. Right. They put one group album out in 2017. I think Westside put out Who Made the Sunshine.
Okay, yeah.
That was his debut album on there. I think that came out in what, 2020?
That had the feature with Eminem, right?
No, What Was Sheen Gonna Do had the feature with Eminem. Bang.
Gotcha.
The song Bang. And then Conway just put out his debut album in 2022. So they've been around for how many years? 6 years.
Been around for a while.
They've been on Shady for 6 years and put out 3 projects.
But now what goes on behind the scenes that every time everything's going right, it looks like that people, I'm not on Shady no more. I'm not on Griselda no more. I'm not on this anymore. Like, yo, what goes on, man? It's
just posturing. It's music. Like Benny went to whatchamacallit, to Def Jam. He's on Def Jam now.
Okay. Is it like Griselda Def Jam, or is he no more Griselda? Like he still rocks his GSF chain.
Everybody, they all said like they're not signed to Griselda, but like they're all still Griselda. Like because Benny has Black Soprano family. and then Conway has drum work. They have their own thing.
See, like, but instead of doing that, shouldn't they have? Well, I guess Griselda
It
was
broke off.
West
So
Side
now
thing.
but Conway gets. He has his own artist. He has the guy Jay Skis and whoever else that's on drum work. So they put something out. He eats off that. Benny has Black Soprano Family. He has Rick Hyde. He eats off that. So like it's separate. But like that's like the Wu-Tang thing almost, where like they were all signed to one record label when it came to the group, and everybody else had their individual solo projects everywhere else.
Right.
I guess that's like the same thing with Conway, Benny, and West when they put
really
out a
got
when
fucked in their deal.
they put a whatchamacallit out. That's probably under the Griselda label.
Yeah, I hope West Side did them better than
I
his
think
brother did.
I think
Ooh.
Benny and Conway and West are brothers.
In real life, like
Yeah,
brothers.
they're real brothers.
Really?
Yeah. So they started that up together. Benny was not involved with that. He was just involved. Like they brought him along.
So there's definitely no malice
No.
or anything.
Well, he speaks about that in I forgot which song he talks about that in.
He said something like that. Like
I think in Tyson vs. Ali or something like that.
Take my stuff out of content or something like that. Like whatever. Yeah. I'll airdrop it to you. Now let's get into some Conway though.
4360B.
Yeah, see, when I come on here, like it's mostly music talk and stuff like that. I don't get into these like gossipy current events. I have no clue what's going on and whatnot. Like,
I don't really, current event. Kim Kardashian made an Instagram official with my man Pete. I ain't gonna disrespect and call him, you know what I'm saying?
Listen, Skeet.
Nah, that's my guy,
bro. It is
on.
like, it is what it is.
You're going for Kanye over.
I don't care either way.
What do you mean, bro?
I could care less either way.
Go for the fellow Staten Islander,
bro. What?
Hey,
bro, what somebody does under their sheets ain't for me.
Who's
ain't for
to
you.
say?
Like that, bro. Like I said the last time we were here, it's all publicity. It's all
Kanye.
publicity. It's for all of them.
I don't think Pete gives a fuck. He ain't doing nothing. He don't even have Instagram.
Well, he just deleted his.
That's
right?
what I'm saying. He deleted it. Like he ain't doing nothing. He's trying to stay hidden. Didn't I text it to you? Yo, let's get into some Conway. What were you feeling off his latest? God, don't make mistakes.
Let me pull that up.
Speaking of voices, my man Beanie. But he went through some real shit for that. Like,
honestly, that's one of my favorite.
I don't think it was like drugs.
That's one of my favorite joints. And like the more you listen to it, you get used to it because we grew up
obviously
listening to
the John Woo flick too.
Right, obviously, but out of that, where is it? I can't even find it on here. Like these guys, when you go to Apple Music, you look up their name, bro. They have so many different like variations of how they put music out. You can't just go to one place.
Right.
Like it says Conway the Machine. You have this. You have like certain albums are under this title. Certain albums are under that title. Like it's so hard to find.
That's like Jay-Z. Certain albums are under Jay-Z with the dash.
Right.
Certain are without the dash. It's annoying.
So much more is fire on here too. Like this is like an album where like he talks about like more of like.
I just love how he just flows. Like he just raps. He just goes with it. Like.
Go, I got it on me. Nigga, got it right now. I ain't letting shit slide. I ain't letting that shit ride, nigga. Go ahead, try me if you want, nigga. I let this fucking clip fly. GXF to the death, nigga. And I never switch sides. That's my know how we play it over here, nigga. We get it poppin' on this side. Lock, low, lock, low. Know what's up? Lock, low, lock, low. You can go and ask the mother niggas, they tell you what's up. I already been through there and hit one of them niggas up. Mama start thinking I'm crazy, baby mama think I'm nuts. Ever since them niggas shot me, I just stopped giving a fuck. I'm losing my marble, letting the AR go. 50 shot sticks to do you niggas something horrible. 260 on the digi dash, look how fast my car go. Talk about my Facebook, can't say shit about my buzz though. Now my shooter snort a few grams, kick his door for the yen. While I'm smoking kush with a bitch I just imported from France. Rockin' paving 8 shit that I just bought in Japan. I get the trip and get the blick in this AR in my hand. Every bullet in the cartridges land. The stick look like a guitar in my hand, drumming like I'm part of a band. My dog was behind the wall with your man. I heard you got friendly and started in the can. You thought I was playing. Everywhere I go, I got it on me, nigga. and I ain't letting shit slide. That shit ride, nigga. Go ahead, try me if you want, nigga. I let the fucking clip fly. That's my word, nigga. Run up and see what's good. GXF to the death, nigga. And I never switch sides. Shit for life, homie. You know how to play it over here, nigga. We get it popping on this side. Lie. Talk to him. Low. Is that real, nigga? Lie. Is that real? Low. Lie. Shit, lie. Low. My shooters lock and low, nigga. Yeah.
SB drum work shit. 211s, don't turn them to 187s. That black and gray checker hold the heckler. Your vest obsolete, only squeeze from the neck up. M16, equipped with the hemp. Feel like Tony, square, reading the blunt. The world is yours, Chico. The art of war's lethal. Never cease it if the score's equal. I kill them all day. Running a spot, paint the walls red. Glock 4 for the ball head. Sometimes I feel like a hypocrite. I kill a nigga, make good for all for Toby, then it's back to the wicked shit. Yeah, like I'm in tune with my gin. A hard flick when I spit without using a pen. Dance with the death call. I'm out the bar with the slanted face killer with bell balls. Call her bluff, get stuffed in the can. Or call, get clipped when that clip with the switch get lift off. La, low, la, low,
Nah, that track was fire though.
See, like we talk about voices, and it's like it's hard to listen to Beanie Siegel because we all grew up listening to Beanie Siegel. We know exactly.
Yeah, he
what
ain't the
sounds
same.
like.
He ain't the same for
But
sure.
something happened to him for that.
Word, he's not like.
So like you kind of like listen to it with like.
Yeah, he's not. He ain't. We know that. That's something really happened.
Right.
He's a spitter though. Beanie's a spitter, man. And that's what's that track on Beanie's album? It's a Jay-Z track. It's like a hidden track.
Oh, anything.
Yo, like why is that? I gotta go searching for that song every time.
They did weird shit like that back in the day. So weird. Like there was no reason for that. Like Dear Summer was not Memphis. It's if you look it up, it says Memphis Bleak on the bottom. Like it's off a Memphis Bleak album. Dear Summer. Like
Jay giving them something.
No, it's almost like Jay's like, bro, I need to get on everything. Like this is all my shit. Like, if you, like, and I need to outshine everybody.
Well, that's what the rumor is with the Dynasty album was that it was supposed to be like a Rockefeller family.
Yeah, no, it was a Jay-Z presenting Rockefeller. It was supposed to be like everybody coming.
Nobody was working. Nobody was putting their work in.
Bro,
supposedly, I don't. I was
some rumors out
Ted
there
at the time.
There's some rumors out there that like Jay would come and just be like, "Oh, I like that," even though it was for one of his artists, and just not. I
don't like the story how he did Young Jewels. I don't like that.
What do you do? I'm not familiar.
You know how Jewels is on the hook for New York City?
Yeah.
Jewels had a verse.
He deleted the verse.
Jay was like, nah.
Oh, that's right. I remember vaguely. And then Cameron came. No, I thought it was Cameron. He deleted the verse.
No, the song is him and Cam.
No, but there was a song that originally Cameron did a song. Right.
I think it's Drink Champs. I mean, I've seen it on Drink
Cameron does a song on some. I think he was on. Was it PD Crack song? Cameron did a verse for.
Okay.
And Jay-Z came and deleted the verse.
Really, I didn't know that.
Jay-Z came in and did a verse on one of Cam's songs, thinking that he was doing him a solid, and he completely deleted the whole verse. Like, and that was supposedly like what was like the beginning of the end with Rockefeller and whatnot.
Yeah, well, supposedly, I don't, obviously we don't know, but like Jay never wanted that to happen. It was all Dame bringing Cam.
He didn't want Cam on the
it was all Cam
because Cam was competition. Like he didn't want to be out. Like, and for a minute,
you know what? If they would have been cool about it, it really could have worked out in everybody's favor. It would have been big for New York. Like
I forget
Rockefeller would have still been around, maybe. Like
I forget what it was, but like the beef was supposedly like, yo, Dame's Cam and diplomats came in and like overtook Rockefeller. Like they got an office out of nowhere. He was like, nah.
Yeah.
He's like, nah. Right.
But
as Cam says it, he's like, bro, it was like a closet. I just turned into something, and it turned into an office. It wasn't like I went out with that. Like, and he goes, I just kept doing things He's like, I kept doing things until like somebody told me to stop. like, and just nobody told me to stop doing anything. Right. So like, but that's what it is. But like, but you see like Dame all over these things. Like,
yeah, I don't like how he rambles about stuff, but you know what? He's hurt. You could tell he's hurt about
yeah,
it.
he lets you know. He says,
even though how much he says he isn't, like,
yeah, he's hurt.
he lets you know how much he is hurt about it.
Right, because realistically, like, he was there from the ground floor. He helped build what this was.
That's a fact. That's a fact. So there's probably more to the story than we know. Obviously,
there's his side,
they were best friends.
His side, Jay's side, and then there's the truth, obviously.
Exactly.
Because like if you look at it, like Jay's almost a billionaire.
Right, and
if not a billionaire,
he's a grown man. He's getting a relationship.
But
married,
Dame struggled. Dame went broke. Dame did all and like he feels like I guess he screwed him out of a lot. Like, but that's also like bad business on your end. So like you can't you have to have everything contractually set up to where it's like you don't get screwed.
Right.
So
I ran into Dame. I got a picture with him on the gram from like 2012.
Oh yeah,
but I really was mad though about that Joel situation, honestly. Because Joel at the time too, because he was mad young. Like, why hate on the youngin?
Because like you're thinking at that point, like you got to think of like at that point, Jay's young too. Like he's in his early 30s. Like he doesn't want nobody to take the shine away from him.
Yeah, but I want to hear that. Somebody should put that out. Because Joel has a verse to that song, and Jay-Z was like, "Nah, that ain't happening."
Oh, I was watching something the other day. Speaking of Jay-Z, and like there's a thing online, and it's popular. There's over a couple of million views about it. They did a breakdown of the Jay-Z Nas Ether record. Supposedly, there's like 3 different versions of that song that came out that he wrote and recorded, but one was so bad that like Steve Stout was like, "Bro, you can't do this. Like, you can't put this out."
I believe it.
He's like, "It was so bad. It was so."
I would love to hear it.
He goes, "As bad as you think, like some of the shit was on Takeover with Jay-Z, like the Takeover with the Super Ugly." He goes, "He got even worse. Nas got even worse." He's like, "I couldn't put that out because like things would have happened at that point." But like they break it down, they have like.
That's dope. How do we hear that?
They don't have it. They have lyrics where like the guy breaks it down. He's like, "This is where this was supposed to be in this song, but this is what he changed it to. This is what it because it was a totally different beat. Like he didn't want Eat the Beat. He didn't want the Eat the Beat. He didn't want to rap on that. He didn't like it originally.
Really?
But Steve Stout and the label made him rewrite the song 3 different times, and then he was just like, "Yo, fuck it, I'll just write to this beat."
I'm surprised he let anybody, Steve Stout, anybody from like a record head, whatever.
Back in the early 2000s, bro, you had nothing to say
crazy.
back then. You did what you were told, basically, in a sense,
That's crazy. I would love to hear those verses, though, man.
Like, supposedly it was bad. It was really bad.
Do you believe that Drake had one for Pusha in the stash?
No.
You don't believe that?
No, not at all. Because it wasn't like you like you're saying that you're back and forth, you're battling and whatnot, and like you don't put it out. Like you're like, don't do that. Word. Like, don't tell me you have something and don't put it out.
Word. That's why
even if you have it.
That's why I argued with Funk Flex because he said he had that.
Right.
He said he had that Meek Mill Drake diss.
He did. It was horrible.
He didn't. Not that night.
No, not that night, but it was out. He made one,
but not that night.
Right.
Funk Flex was like, I got it. I'm playing it. He ain't played nothing.
Yeah, Flex had. You seen that Flex had a whatchamacallit with that? He had an agenda with that.
Yeah, for sure. He didn't like Drake for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? That's me on the phone with Flex right there. Word.
Bro, like the most mild-mannered, monotone person I've ever met in my life until Drake was talked about, and then this kid lost it. Like I never seen it.
I was an avid fan, Mo.
I never seen him get on. Never seen him be confrontational with nobody, but he called up with Flex for the smoke.
No, I wasn't expecting him to pick up, and that was like a 6-minute convo.
That's funny.
Don't get. It wasn't even like I got like on hold. This is Hot 97. How can I help you? Like it was. It was Funk Flex. What up? I was like, yeah.
And then all of a sudden, OVO Burn came out.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, Drake, send me my varsity jacket, Mo. Word.
But yeah, no, like I said, even if he does have it recorded, you don't have it because he didn't put it out.
Word, nah, facts.
Like, why not? Like,
facts.
we're gonna.
I just want to see your opinion if you thought he had it. Which I knew you were gonna say no.
No, but like, why not put it out? Because like, what Pusha T did was he spit in your face. Like he outed your son. He lost you the Adidas deal. Like he hurt business. Like
Word.
he outed your whole son that you didn't even want to know anybody to know you were having a kid, and then he killed a business venture that you had with a company,
Word.
and like you have this freestyle.
Which I was happy about. I was happy to see him stay with Nike.
But you have this
personally.
whole freestyle that's supposedly going to end his career. Meanwhile, he just took millions out of your pocket,
Word.
and you didn't put it out. All right. Meanwhile, Jay Prince, who has nothing to do with your career, told you to stop.
he gets into everything with hip hop.
Yeah, him and Whack 100 get into everything, and
Whack 100 is a clown.
the biggest clown in the world. I can't stand
Sorry,
it.
Whack.
No, fuck that. I don't care. Like, because I don't think he's as gangster as he makes him out to be.
I like him on Drink Champs of the game.
Bro, honestly,
Yeah. Honestly, when he came on is when I shut it off.
that's exactly. Yo, real talk. As soon as I heard Whack was on, I was like, I'm done. I'm not doing
When
this.
he sat down, I was like,
Bro, but the dude got. I hear that, but he also entertained. He was on.
But nah, I feel you like he's trying to like portray.
Bro, he entertained that
it's
whole
like-
nonsense with 6ix9ine. Like, bro, you're from the streets. You're this guy. Like, you don't even talk to rat. Like, you're supposed to stay away from all rats. Like, what are you doing a 2-hour interview with the biggest clown in academics, and then you have the biggest rat in the world right now in 6ix9ine? What are you doing up there having a conversation with this guy for?
That's a fact.
Like, you're not a rapper. You don't need clout. You don't need fame, publicity. You're a guy behind them. You're behind the scenes in music. You manage game. You don't need the clout. What are you doing that for? There's no understanding. Like,
Where he didn't even have to pull up.
no, like
He didn't have to be there.
you're with the biggest herb in
And he manages the other kid too. Blueface 100, I think his name is, right? Another rapper from out there.
bro. I have no clue.
Yeah. Blueface 100.
You know what's funny though? Like Game says that he had all these guys prior to signing with Dre that wanted to sign him. Diddy, Fat Joe was showing him love. So then why didn't you, like, why were you still, as you say, in your house cooking crack with no record deal? Like, why weren't you jumping on any opportunity that, like,
Word.
but then Dre did nothing for you. Kanye did everything for you. Like,
Yeah,
without Dre, you don't know Kanye.
he's a crybaby.
Yeah.
He's a cry. He's trying to like make somebody feel sorry for
Or
him.
he's the biggest cap artist in the world. Like, he lies about everything. He's like that whole bit that he did drinking the bottle of tequila.
You thought that was fake?
Bro, I'll take 3 shots right now and you'll have to carry me out. He didn't chug a whole bottle of tequila on top of drinking how many glasses of
It is a lot.
Ace?
It is. Hey,
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Bro, that's ridiculous.
You think it was real?
What they say? Believe half of what you see, none of what you hear. So I only believe in half of it.
Shit. I don't know, man.
Listen, Game makes great music.
That's just so clownish to do.
But you know what the problem with Game is? He makes really good music, but who he portrays himself to be makes you not want to listen to his music.
Or he could rap really good, but
He's
a
clown. He's clownish.
Yep.
Like I sit there and I'm like, yo,
his ass off, Mo.
really can. He
Word.
really can. He's not a bad rapper, although he name drops like
There's
a
a couple
motherfucker.
of like skips on a few, like the Red album
right.
wasn't great. Like,
but he has
there's a few bangers on there too.
he has a lot of joints. But who he is, if that's who he portrays himself to be or who he is as a person, it makes you not want to get into his music.
Word.
And even though I
Yeah.
try to separate myself from who these, because like he said, rap is fake. It's not real. These people aren't really who they are.
Right.
But like, you also don't have to like, for 20 years, be the same like cornball that you've been from day one.
Right.
Like he hasn't grown up at all. Like,
So who's a rapper besides my man Jay that like really matured? What do you think over the years? Jay and Nas. Besides
Jay,
them,
Nas.
Besides them two.
I mean,
Any like real street gutter rapper that really matured?
the Locks.
The Locks, yeah, they
All
doing
of the
green
Locks.
juice bars and shit. Word for sure. Shout out to Locks for sure.
I mean, all of them really did. Like, if you're still putting out music, like they had to grow up. Like, you can't be putting out the same content. Like, you know, I mean, no, not every one of them are putting out 444s.
Like my man Jimmy. What do you think about my man Jimmy? I'm a big Jim Jones fan.
Yo, Jim was the weakest one in Diplomats when he first
Step
came out, and
fuck
you
up.
can argue he's the best one.
Stepped it the fuck up.
You
bro.
could argue he's the best rapper.
You know
out
what
of
too?
all
And
of them.
like usually when I'm listening to an artist, I'll go back and I'll listen to like all that person's old shit.
yeah,
I don't listen to Jim Jones. The only Jim Jones I listen to is from The Kitchen.
you don't listen to Certified Gangster and stuff like
Nah,
that.
not really. And maybe if it's on, but like I
Right.
won't go looking for that.
But like
That's
you said,
featuring the game, right?
yeah.
Nah, I won't go looking for that ever.
But yeah, no, Jim Jones. That's the craziest transformation. He went from being like the hype man, sort of like the guy in the background, not being the greatest rapper, to
Word.
being the best rapper out of that
he's
crew.
Dope. And I don't know if he does or not, but I heard that he doesn't write. Like his shit is mostly freestyle.
I can see that.
And I you could kind of hear it too a little
But
bit.
A lot of these guys call it like freestyle rap. They don't write. I don't write. Yeah, they get away with saying they don't write, but they didn't say they didn't type.
True.
You You could say that. I don't have a pen and a pad, but they didn't say you didn't get on your phone and start typing shit away either, you know?
But for like the last, 2022? So like 6-7 years, Jimmy been on a run. Like he hasn't stopped.
His last 2 albums were phenomenal.
And not even just rap. He got that. He started doing that weather report, got a deal out of it with Revolt. You know, now he's got an official half-hour segment on Revolt TV.
Speaking of rap, like we'll circle back to Fab, talking about people who like aged in rapping, who's not really doing it great. Like Fab, I don't think aged well.
Why not?
Like he's too kid-centric. He tries to be.
He's current.
He tries to be too current.
But it's always been like that.
No, yeah, but there becomes a point where you're 44 years old. Let's stop being that. Don't pull up the young kid. Give me something new.
44 years old, I can't be rapping about what I used to rap about.
But he still does. He's still talking about being in the club with girls and stuff like that. Give me something else. And his workout shit cracks me up. Like the guy goes in there with a full Prada jumps out
All of them,
sweatsuit and he's working out like.
That's like Jim Jones being smart.
Right, like that's marketing, yeah.
Like,
yeah,
he knows. Like, he probably told him, "Yo, pull up fresh." Word. And you know, Jimmy's gonna be on social media all day because he's like Khaled in a way with social media.
Yo, what'd you think about that? Like Jim Jones wanting to go one up with Jadakiss in the verses.
No.
Right.
I love Jim Jones.
First of all, I love Jadakiss. And listen, I can listen to old Jadakiss, like new Jadakiss.
Jadakiss, you can't. Even.
But I'm not here for third verses with Jadakiss either.
I'd rather see like a Nas Jadakiss, even though it's like two.
I don't want to see another Jadakiss versus. I can't do a third one.
Different. It's different.
No, you can't. No. But like, what'd you think? Like, I could see how he says it, like game in regards to like he raps better. He thinks he raps better now. He used to think that Eminem was better than him, but he's better right now. Because arguably, when was the last Eminem project you really liked? Like not taking anything.
I liked personally, not in a long time. But that doesn't mean that M didn't have like bars and was killing shit. It just wasn't for my ear. You know what I'm saying?
Like he's in shape, but like who makes better music right now?
I mean, yeah, if Game and M put out an album right now, I'd probably be listening to Games. Right. You know what I'm saying? More than likely. I'd listen to both and see what I like better, but I assume that Games I like more right now. Right. Like, you know what I mean? For
like
sure.
It's not saying that peak versus peak, like Game is better than Eminem, but he made this distinction right now. I'm better than it. And I can see that. Like M's bag isn't what I want to listen to anymore. Like no. I don't want to hear that fast rap.
That was good, and it was good at the time, bro. We were young. It was different.
No, but like it was if M went back to rapping like he did in Slim Shady LP, Eminem show,
which you can't.
What was the Slim Shady LP, Eminem, Marshall Mathers LP, stuff like that. Even when he did like when he did the re-up, like if he rapped like that,
re-up,
like I don't want to listen to post relapse Eminem no more. Like
nah, like
relapse was horrible. The recovery was the most commercial nonsense I've ever heard in my life.
Marshall Mathers LP 2,
horrible. Like the Kamikaze was good. Like I listened to Revival once. It came out when we were in Aruba. I put it on the beach, and I'm like, yo, what am I listening to right now? Never listened to it once. Never listened to it. I got one.
Different.
It got one listen to in the years that it's been out. Kamikaze was good. I listened to that for a little while. And the Music to Be Murdered By was solid, but like it's not what I'm used to with him.
Nah, like you said, after I wouldn't even go as far as would you say relapse? I wouldn't even go that far.
Like, yeah, no, what I'm saying after, but like a lot of people, I hated Encore, but a lot of people liked Encore.
I liked Encore.
I hated Encore.
I liked there was some jams on there, Mo. What's the one with like with the country guy on the hook? It's like an old song. He used the sample as the hook. Shit, man.
I don't remember.
That was a good.
But that album had what, like Mosh on there. Like he got like really weird, like politically, like not saying politically or whatever.
He did start to do in the videos,
right?
Like
you know, he just wanted to listen, and he was also mad junked out at that time, so like it was different. But like I'm gonna be honest, like I'm glad that he's sober, but like sober M isn't the same as M on drugs. Like it's better for him as a human being, obviously, but his music suffered greatly. Like it's not the same shit.
Yeah, but you know, people gotta mature and move
he does,
on.
but no. You say that
suffer as a fan, like that's
you say he matures. He doesn't mature. Like his rap's not mature.
But I'm talking him personally.
Personally, yeah, but his raps didn't mature.
You don't think like bar for bar, it's just not the shit you want to hear anymore. You just don't.
Listen,
you,
he could
you
put
think
words.
he don't rap good anymore.
He could put words together great, but it goes nowhere. There's nothing.
Right.
There's nothing he
but
says.
Do you think he raps good? Yes or no?
Like
currently.
Like if you were like, yo, sit here and freestyle, and he just spit bars, like yeah, he'd be like, wow, how'd you come up with that? That's crazy. But when you sit there and you analyze what he said, did he say anything?
Where because like my thing about him is like I said, like I just don't have the ear for it, but I know if you listen to it, he's gonna kill it, you know?
Right.
It's just like something about it. It's like I really don't know.
Because he's saying 1,001 different words, but they're not painting a picture.
He puts on the voices and
he's
shit.
He's not saying anything in it. There's no substance to what he's saying. It's bars. He's hitting you with bars there. It's structured right. There's a lot of syllables in there, but he's not painting a picture. He's not telling you anything.
Right. He used to paint pictures for you.
Right.
You tell his whole life back in the
right. He ain't doing that no more. And like that's not what he wants to do. And he's earned the right to do whatever the fuck he wants to do. He has the cachet to drop whatever album. If he wants to put out an album of him just humming,
he's good off G-Shock money.
He can do whatever he wants. Oh wait, is that why he wears them all the time? He's partnered with G-Shock.
G-Shock.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Sure. He has his own one. There's like a Slim Shady G-Shock.
I didn't even know he had a partnership with them.
Yeah, for sure.
Who else? Like what else? Like music.
Which is mad humble because I've never seen him. You've never seen M in a photo with like maybe in like 99, 2000, 2001, but like you have never seen him in like an iced out roll.
I forgot what time. I forgot what I was listening to when it was an interview.
Maybe the 50 Cent era when 50 was coming out with all the jewels, but
it was an interview. He
recently nothing but G-Shocks.
He talks about how like he's not comfortable with having money and like he wasn't even like sure like what money was and stuff like that. I think it was right before the Eminem show came out or something like that, and maybe even earlier than that. It might have been like right before the Marshall Mathers LP came out. And he called up his business manager and was like, yo, I want to buy this Rolex. Do I have enough money in the bank? And he's like, are you serious? He's like, you're a multimillionaire. This is a $20,000 watch. You could buy $1 million.
I didn't see that.
He's like, yo, I didn't even know what money. Like he was just like so like entrenched with like still being broke and like being on the come up. Like he didn't realize that he had.
In your head,
like he didn't realize that he was a multimillionaire and he could buy a $20,000 Rolex if he wanted to.
Crazy, yeah. He was just so stuck in that the way you were your whole life, and it's just such a hard change. You can never get used to that shit. It's crazy.
You give me 5,000, I'm gonna act stupid.
Me too, probably. Honestly, I want to get into some old Eminem real quick though. Oh, I think the best Eminem album, probably Marshall Mathers LP.
Probably, yeah.
I feel like it's like bad to play all these,
bro. See what his thing is. Like you're gonna hear a lot of words that don't get said no more in public. I don't think this is the podcast for that.
Which one that you said you didn't like?
What do you
mean? The Eminem show?
No, Encore.
You say you didn't like Encore, and I said I did. Why? Now, what was on there that I did like it?
Do a say to phase me. People think I'm a little bit crazy. I get it from all angles, even occasionally die crazy or have to step in every once in a while to save me, to make me stop and think about
yeah.
Because just what other people just make think. A lot of rappers probably wouldn't know how to.
Yeah. I know sometimes things may not always make sense to you right now. But hey,
that shit, like, you know what lost me with Eminem when he started doing
like when this came out though, life was changed forever, bro.
May I have your attention, please? Will the real Slim Shady please stand up? I repeat, will the real Slim Shady please stand up? We're gonna have a problem here. Y'all act like you never seen a white person before.
May
Jaws on the
23rd,
floor like Pam, like Tommy just burst in the door and started whooping her ass worse than before. They first went divorced, sewing her over furniture. It's the return of the. Oh wait,
Bro,
no wait, you're kidding. He didn't just say what I think he did he? And Dr. Dre said, "Nothing, you idiots." Dr. Dre said.
And I remember the first album my parents ever bought me was the Puff Daddy and the Family album in like '97. It came out.
Solid album.
And I got the clean version, and I was like so mad about it. And I was like, yo, you can't buy me the clean version. They're like, no, you're 9 years old. You're not getting curses. Like, I don't know. But then I would just like,
yeah, I had that parental advice.
Right. And then they were like, all right, I'll start buying. And then the weirdest thing was like, where I would get the album, I would look for my album, and my father would take it and be listening to see what the fuck I was listening to. I remember one time I had just gotten the Shine album.
Sean Poe.
His debut album. And I'm looking all over my house for it. I'm like, yo, I can't find it. I can't find it. I can't find it. I go in my father's car. He had a Lincoln Continental at the time. Like, guy had the fucking car. The guy had the CD in my car, in his car. He was listening to it. The craziest shit in the world.
Yeah, that's a solid album, though.
Right.
And you know, the shit when he was talking, that's how he was feeling it. You know, it's a new day in the rap game. Nobody sells records but Sean Poe. That's a solid album, man.
Oh, that album's borderline classic.
Yeah, I'd put it up there because he was like a one and done, unfortunately. You know?
It was one and done. Circumstantial.
Yeah.
It was a circumstance.
But he's living a blessed life now. He's like the ambassador of Belize or some shit like that.
No, even his second album that he made, Behind the Wall, was, I mean,
he had a joint on there featuring Ashanti that was like the hit, right?
Yeah.
But then he had some sleepers on there.
There's a lot of good songs on that.
Or Sean Paul. I remember I had the Shine on CD, and I don't know if it was the Chrysler or the Ultima that I had. I don't know which car, but one of the cars definitely had Shine CD in it all the time, for sure.
The Ultima one where you just to be at a red light and just throw it in neutral.
Yeah. The Ultima with the e-brake.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
How is that something I know what I'm
Once upon a time, not long ago, where gangsters rock waves so dope and sniff blow, there was a young G by the name of Sean Poe, putting it down, cutting it up and cooking it now. It's been a lot of dick riding, for lack of a better word. Speculations on the guns I hold underneath my furs, similarities in my voice, nigga check the words. I'm influential to those that pitch birds from the curb, dodging and dipping the knocks. It's the young Frank Matthews, the rap version. Touch my trap on my smack, the gat's bursting. That's certain. Leave your face in your chest and your back jerking. Y'all got me fucked up like my Desert Eagle and my Sig don't bust right. Like my guns is racing. Motherfucker, don't you know I make your heart stop and your body start shaking? Now you know the bottom line of this round crime. 25 to life plus 9. What you gonna do when shit hit the fan? Take it like a man or snitch like a bitch. What you gonna do when shit hit the fan? Pray to God, go hard, or lay up in the morgue. What you gonna do when shit hit the fan? Take it like a man or snitch like a bitch. What you gonna do when shit hit the fan? Pray to God, go hard, or lay up in the morgue. Evil grin, dead eyes, walking with a bop. Monster, best way to describe my posture in this world of sin. I'm as wicked as they come. Moonlighting as a rapper, get this ticket and I'm done. Ain't enough money here. I'd rather be in the tropics with Corsicans, where narcotics is the only topic. Persian rocks and things, the man that made the snow, Tiger Paw, and every other form of raw. Since a team been handling, nigga been scrambling, betting old money in Vegas, gambling, desert in the abdomen, pissy drunk styling, staggering more than you could imagine. Thoughts random in, running through my mind like who's the best MCs? Biggie, Jay-Z, and Shine. Demented as a youngin', Alpo, second coming. Evil thoughts running through my cerebellum. Sean Poe, what the fuck you gon' tell them? All you niggas that wanna be fly, my gunshots will propel them. Leave them somewhere smelling, repelling. Closed caskets for you fucking bastards. Come on. What you gon' do when shit hit the fan? Take it like a man or snitch like a bitch. What you gonna do when shit hit the fan? Pray to God, go hard, or lay up in the morgue. What you gonna do when shit hit the fan? Take it like a man or snitch like a bitch. What you gonna do when shit hit the fan? Pray to God, go hard, or lay up in the morgue. Only the strong survive. Weak niggas.
Crazy ass James be his new name. Yes. Run up in your crib with the tool aim. Yes. Different Cuban chains, every move swing. I call it mood swings. VS is the Jews hang. With 2 dames at the bar on some Luke Kane. Yeah, we kicking it cool, man. She sick of these new lanes. she quick to fuck a man, motherfucker. Like, get off my nigga dick, goddamn, motherfucker. Busting out the telly, guns raising, guns blazing. Wartime is our front line, a front paging. Dead pop, like dead pop, go fundraising. The whole SWAT sending them shots, but none grazed them. I just want a long run, yeah, we up the figures. Making so much money, I ain't trusting niggas. Don't ask me about the homies, like what's up with niggas. No matter what, they still my homies, mind your fucking business. I just want a long run, yeah, we up the figures. Making so much money, I ain't trusting niggas. Don't ask me about the homies, like what's up with niggas. No matter what, they still my homies, mind your fucking business. A true king standing on his own 2 feet. 2-seat, 2-tone, she in a 2-piece. Bartenders trying to link, I told them 2 weeks. Too deep, no more than 2G, cause I'm too cheap, I'm too me. Y'all control with brag, I control the head, my fucking ad instead. If I could whip an arm, it's coming.
This one's who? They recent bottle. The hated. Yeah, that's a good one.
Well, that reminds me of.
Yo, every morning on the road, easy passes for the toes. Cash advances gon' go. Keep the dancing on hold.
A Staten Island artist right now. He goes by Animal Mother, which I'm disappointed in. I call him Logic. He's the one and only Logic. I don't know any other rapper named Logic than him. He'll forever be Logic. There ain't no other Logic. Animal Mother, though. I haven't even heard this yet. I'm excited. I didn't even know this existed.
Yeah. He sent this to me about a year ago.
I hope we have permission to play it.
Coming up on a year.
Shout out to you.
Supposedly having, making some music, gonna put it out. But
he had a studio at the crib.
Really,
he always had something.
Yeah, always
laptop
something,
and a mic.
Always, yeah. But listen. This kid spits bars since we know him.
Word.
Since
Shout out to
high
you,
school
Chris,
days.
man. Hope all is well, brother. I'm excited to hear this. I have not heard this yet.
All right, here we go.
Yo, rest in peace to Dilla. None iller. Check this shit out. Hey yo, I'm in a cult with a bunch of culprits and vandals that smoke dope in a pulpit while randomly lighting candles. Yo, fuck a preamble, I can't handle a 90-minute sample of addicts rambling wearing sandals. Yo, I'd rather just gamble, committing scandals, and turn my life into shambles with mandolins in my mandibles. Too many mass laminates on my mantle, so this jam is dedicated to those who thought they can handle. Another day, another pocket getting ran through to feed this compulsive need for a plant to do what I can't do, or maybe can do, but it's just not on the menu, cause I'd rather put the pen to the paper and rock a venue. My thoughts sliced like a ginsu to get up in you and deconstruct your anatomy. Fuck it, pass me the wrench too. My flavor's detrimental. Y'all try to get creative last minute, call y'all the wet cement crew. I never meant to, fuck it, of course I meant to. Of course I'm mental, go to war with an instrumental. It's elemental, harass the beat like I'm a French dude. And it's a hot chick who sent nudes, but never meant to. They tell me animal, you act like heaven sent you. I let them vent too, then roll up in their residential. Pencil behind the ear, like a contractor. I'm Richard Kuklinski as a linebacker. Define that, bruh. Pass me the 9 faster. Flow is so out of this world, I'm only committing if NASA would sign rappers. These new cats are looking for shine faster. I take them out one by one like 9 Astras. Excuse the film rhetoric. I haven't realized I've blown up and still live in a swill tenement. I probably die with a fortune while the iron is scorching from a shark bite off the coast of an island while snorkeling. Put a mic in my coffin. You know I'm walking through hell at night, stalking like I was hiking to Boston. Y'all sweeted in a box of Mike and Ike's, tossed into a bowl full of frosting. Your flow is a portion, not a whole but a fraction. Slow up your action. I don't spit bars, dog. I throw up with passion. It's crossing my mind to shine and cross lines and pine for more rhymes. Smuggling moonshine, the world's mine. RZA told me that back in the 9. These non-MC motherfuckers don't have a spine. That's probably why they on that lean all of the time. Homicidal rage I express through my rhyme to cope with the massive amounts of bullshit. Make me wanna run right up in your session and pull shit. Baby with a full clip. Yo, that's word to Guru. Who knew an angry kid from the stat would screw you? I stand up next to a mountain and chop it down with my hand like voodoo, child. But things ain't getting easier for you. Wow. Had to take a comma to ponder the drama. Fuck a designer, my mind is a Salvador Dalai Lama. So polyama, want a box of Ritz on my rada. Ain't stopping until every metropolis in my pocket. These prima donnas can't swim, I'm the rap piranha. My flow catch more bodies than a fruit punch in Guyana, motherfucker. Stay awake for days like I'm a trucker. I'm not saying you're full of yourself, but you getting stuck up. So hand over your stuff, bro, if you deserve to live. I want the #1 mom pendant too, that's word to big, motherfucker.
Bro, sometimes I always say it to him, bro. I always said it when we were growing up, bro. Even like when we used to do our goofy shit where we tried to freestyle, we try to rap, bro. Like this kid was always from teenage years. From teenage years, bro. This kid always had a way with words and how to put them together and just paint the picture. Like he's nasty. Like, listen, I get it now.
More of that. We need more of that.
I get like sometimes you don't have enough like in yourself, but like, bro, like that dude is like he should be something right now. There's an avenue for that type of music. Always.
Logic, the saddest thing in life is wasted talent, bro.
There's always a lane for spitters.
Come up here, let's do this.
There's always a lane for guys who could really put together words.
He got it too. Like he got them bars, but it's just right now everybody wants to hear that drill shit, and he ain't going that lane.
No, but like I said, but there's a lane for it all. Like
for sure. We don't listen to that, I ain't gonna lie though. I do. I dabble. I go to the Rap Life playlist every once in a while.
I did that the other day by accident.
Oh, and it was terrible for your ears, right?
I didn't listen to anything. I just kept skimming through to see if there would be something that like knew that I missed that I would like. Like there's artists on there. I don't even know who the fuck these guys are.
Nah, you don't like that Kodak Black shit. Who else though? Who's on the Rap Life?
Bro, Kodak Black. I listen. People say he says crazy shit in his words, in his bars. I can't hear what he says. It's just not made for me. That's what it is. That's what it comes down to. It's just not made. Music is subjective and it's not made for everyone.
I'm not saying I like this. I just want to listen to it just to listen to it because I never did. Let me know if you like it.
Out of sight, you out of mind, you out of luck. It's like nobody even care if you be wrong. Why I fall out with my niggas when I'm up? Why nobody stand up for me when I'm down? You back in jail and it's time to say you stuck. Everybody laughing at you like a clown. Why the only time you hate me when I'm up? And why the only time you love me when I'm down? Why I lost best new artist to Khalid 2017? We all knew that should have been me. But I never hated, I congratulated. Shit, at least I was nominated. But if Cardi B win, then I won too. I do it for the real niggas cause I won too. The fact I made it out the shit that they be going through make them feel like if I win, then they won too. The buddy got pumped some niggas in his squad too. And why them niggas turned around and say they know it's you? Keep it real, why the hell I wanna harm you? When everything I dropped, they said they wanted part two.
Something like this.
Tyson versus Ali. Tyson versus Ali. Everybody want to know who would be better, Tyson.
And that J. Cole.
Ali.
Yeah. They compare the greatest J. Cole without hearing so many times.
The Lakers question, do your legacy rest depending on where you rank amongst the current and the late? If so, I feel like I'm straight, but rapping and selling weight, I just had them genetic traits. Or do people really care? Do they just want to hear the music? So confusing, y'all compare two niggas from the same movement only for y'all amusement. It's funny to me, y'all do it. The truth is, while I'm killing shit, Conway be somewhere rooting. Y'all niggas still sound the same. Put out something exclusive. Need 100 more soldiers, the word out that I'm recruiting. We throw so many clips that way we can make bloopers. Rick in the car 3 lanes away from a state trooper. Where I'ma be in 20 years, I ain't looked that far ahead yet. Working overtime, Doc said I should stop, get my leg rest. I made dope, re-rock, and stretch with a grand press.
Because of our age, we're out of it. Like, we became what we didn't want to become. Remember our parents?
Yep, exactly. Yep.
And you know what? This you're listening like to? That. This isn't real music. How could you guys listen?
You gotta adapt. You gotta change. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or just that's it. Don't listen to it and just keep listening.
Like we said, there's so many lanes to find what you want. You don't have to be bothered with it. And it's not hating on it. It's just not for me. Like I'm not sitting here like, oh my god, I can't believe this. I don't want this.
Like this guy St. John. What lane do you put him in?
Nothing.
Bro, I love it.
He's John.
I love it. I'm such a fan. I'm rooting for that guy.
I listen. Yeah.
I'm a fan of that guy. He doesn't put out enough music.
No.
Which is good though. Which is good because it lets like his music really marinate.
When was the last time you put out an album?
He put out a song for the Squadron.
Right.
which is a pretty good track.
But that album, but he hasn't put out an album, what, 2 years now?
Yeah, it's been a long time. He's doing his thing.
Yeah, but see, like his music is like made for outside.
Yeah, it's different.
Like I can't sit in my crib and listen to his music.
I could.
No, but like the vibe is like a chill, like outside, like chill out vibe. Like I feel like it's like summertime, spring, sitting outside with a drink type of music.
I'm a fan, man. I'm a fan of that dude. I like all his shit. Did you hear his new one? For the Squadron?
Yeah.
I like that one. You a St. John fan? That guy's good, right? Yeah. Really? Roses. That's the only song I don't like. You heard For the Squadron? Put your headphones on. I'm gonna put Ann on. It's another one. Been doing this my whole life. For the Squadron. Did you say noodle up, Squadron?
When we turn it up for the Squadron, shine around here, we got a rock. Bullets round here, we got a dodge down. Stacking up paper for the problem. I stacked up, see the odds. We don't never end up Steve Jobs. We don't never
That's your boy's brother.
Georgetown, that's going off then. Throw it up
so many like subgenres of people like that intertwined and connected with people.
Shit, what do you think I'm doing here?
Two guys who were brought in from the Famous Guys podcast to be on the show, split off, got their own shit.
And doing better.
And got a major.
Actually, I wanted to watch that latest that dropped yesterday.
They got whatever they got, whether the reports are real, 10 mil a piece, not whatever. They got millions to do. Whether it's 10 mil or not, they got millions to do. Sitting at a table talking about bullshit. Good for them. Love it. That's crazy.
It wasn't enough for the Squadron. Shine around here, we got a rock. Bullets round here, we got a dodge. Stacking up paper for the problem. I stacked up, see the odds. We don't never end up Steve Jobs. We don't never really get jobs done. Georgetown, that's what's going on then. Throw it up for the squad. I'm in Jordan mode, nigga, in my scrimmage game. I'm a saint in real life, it's my middle name. Look how far a nigga get when you really aim. I guess you really came. I'm a superstar nigga, but I keep it plain. I'm a superstar nigga, but I'm street the same. Only thing change on me is the change.
Playing at 1 o'clock, right?
Niggas dying around the corner where you come from, where you gone from, where your moms and your soon-to-be son from. You don't got one coming but fuck. For the sake of discussion, niggas dying around here for the Rona, from the corner to the stone.
There's a lot of good music out, man. There's too much, actually. It's like hard to go through music.
That's the problem with today, bro. Like,
you gotta let an album live.
Remember when we were kids and you like, I don't know about you, like, but when I was in junior high school and stuff like that, like high school, every report card, like every I would get two new albums, depending on how good my report card was. So like I would go every like quarter because it came out like 3 or 4 times a year, like 4 times a year. You got your report card, I remember. Like so, like I would get it in the beginning, the first quarter, the second, like so you would get the big, like you would have the big artist drop. You would have artist drop quarterly. So like whatever was brand new, and like you would just sit there with that album or two for months.
Right.
Like you had nothing else. Like it was either the radio or listen to the same album that you had.
Years.
But you were able to retain so much from those albums because that's all you were listening to.
I like them days better.
I can't, like you say, what's your favorite song from these albums? Like, I can't.
You can't pick a single song.
No, it's not just that. Like, I don't retain as well no more because there's so much music out. So I'm not sitting there listening, like getting like bar for bar, remembering everything that they say in my head because there's so much music out there.
You're constantly switching it up.
That's the problem. Yeah, it's great because it's fun to get new music constantly. But it kills like the idea of going back to things, remembering things, appreciating things. You know, you don't appreciate the music no more.
Word. Most college used to sit and see these. I miss those days so much, man. I really do. Shit.
I know everybody's gonna say "The Dream's a Nightmare" by me.
Nah, there's got to be ones earlier than that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the DMX from "It's Dark and Hell Is Hot." Mike Tyson used to walk out to that.
Who is that? Let's hold up. Best intro on an album. That's a good song. That's a good question. Best intro on an album ever. Most people would say
The Dreams
and Nightmares, just because that is hard. That and he goes off, you know. And that was his first album, so that introduced you to Meek. Like, so that shit really goes off. But intro to an album. That's a tough question, man. That is a tough question. I am not sure, honestly.
Mine off the top is the DMX.
Off Dark and Hell Hot?
Yeah. I think it just sets the tone for an album so well.
This is for real.
Dog.
Uh-huh.
That's my man.
But I heard these niggas supposed to be like locking down the industry on some shit, on some power shit.
Dog. That's my man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just don't listen.
Bro, when you had, bro, when the baddest man in the world, the most dangerous boxer in the history of the world, came out to this, bro, it was crazy. Yeah.
That's a piece to imagine.
So I had to explain. She didn't hear me though. Now,
yeah, I have to go to Apple to sleep that shit.
Now, that's like she did. I must. But I want to. 1, 2, 1, 2, come through, run through. Gun who? Oh, you don't know what the gun do? Some do, those that know are real quiet. And you think you wanna try it, fuck around and start a riot. Niggas gon' fight, regardless. Because I'm the hardest rap artist, and I'ma start this shit up for real. Get up and feel my words. I make herbs spit up and square. Yeah, it's all I've been hearing lately. Niggas hate me when I duct tape me and make me. When they bring on the wall, when I brawl. Too late for that 911 call. Niggas stay deep, but a lot of them bluff. And not me, cause I'm a nigga that can get out of them cuffs. You think a lot of them stuff, that's just the front. When I hit them niggas like, what you want? A battle turns into a hunt. Niggas all right behind niggas, chasing them down. We all knew that you was pussy, but I'm chasing it down. And never give a dog blood, it's all blood. I have a dog like blood, fighting whatever, all up in your gut. Give it to me all like that. It ain't no love, I do them all like that. Fall right up in their back. Clack, clack. Close your eyes, baby, you're sober. Forget it. Happens in front of your building, but nobody knows who did it. Where my dogs at? 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 Niggas is pussies, keep you running from the werewolf. Howling at the moon on the roof. No! Get them, 10 niggas on them. Hope God's with them. Give me the back, let me split them. I have them with a pillow and the casket won't fit them. Only reason I did them, we wouldn't fight back. Not to strike back, never like that. Laying up with the white hat, getting right back at ya. When I snatch them, up out the grave, nothing but bones and ashes. Hitting niggas with gashes to the head, straight to the white feet, but the streets stay red. Skulls give me head for free, cause they see who I'ma be. By like 2003, a nigga D took it there. He thought it was a joke, he ran through like 20 G's.
But that's such a such a tone setter for the album. Like if you just you put that on right away and then you get into it and then you're just like, yo, I can't wait to listen to the rest of the album. But that's where sequencing comes in. Like that's where people like that's an art that they don't do.
He'd be mad though. Yo, Drake's not got some good intros. Drake got some good intros, yo.
I mean, he might have good intros, but where else does it go?
What do you mean? Where else does it go?
I'm not the, you know me. Like I like Drake. What is that? Thank Me Now. You know, we just went over it. How you were ready to go to war with Funk Flex. Kid was ready to go.
Still ready. He always does drop by. It's so annoying to listen.
Kid was ready to roll up to Hot 97 like Game and 50 Cent for Drake.
Yo, shout out Cousin Nikki, by the way. Likes my hoodie. What else you want to get into over here? You get it? Did you even tell me a Knicks score?
Yeah, I told you they were losing.
What is it?
They were losing 35-28 at the
35-28 Brooklyn. Damn, yo. That sucks. Who Run the City is going to be fun this week.
Bro, both teams are down bad.
Yeah, but do you want the Knicks to just toss the season and get a good pick?
No, because they've been doing that for 20 years and they haven't got a good pick.
What are you going to do? Just spend a couple $1 million on somebody?
I don't know what I want them to do, but whatever they've been doing, they got to stop doing it.
To a Brooklyn fan?
Hell no. Bro, they're not Brooklyn. They're Jersey, bro.
True.
They're Jersey.
They're Jersey.
And that's gentrified Brooklyn. That's not real deal Brooklyn anymore.
Word.
Remember when we used to go down to Fulton Street
for sneakers
back in the day?
Conversation with somebody about that yesterday.
Like, I don't want to go to Fulton Street and get avocado toast. That's not what I'm doing.
Stop at Starbucks. Word. Nah, I feel you. Yeah.
Right. Bubble tea and avocado toast.
All right, man. I guess we're going to wrap it up here. Thank everybody for tuning in. Another episode 13. Joe, thank you for joining me here, dog.
Always.
We signing out here. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all.